Welcome, everybody, to the 2021 USTA Intermountain Annual Awards and Hall of Fame induction ceremony, all done virtually this year. I am your virtual MC, Andy Zoden, and of course, as always, very honored to be a part of these proceedings. Now, 2021 was an incredible year in tennis. We had, in pro tennis, Novak Djokovic come within an eyelash of being the first male player since Rod Laver back in 1969 to win a calendar Grand Slam, a near miss at that U.S. Open. And at the U.S. Open, we had an incredible Cinderella story where 18-year-old Emma Raducanu would beat 19-year-old Leylah Fernandez in the final. Two unseeded players playing in the final of the U.S. Open, a qualifier winning a major championship. It was quite a year in 2021. Now, after taking a break from the Intermountain Awards in 2020 due to the pandemic, the Intermountain Awards Committee is pleased to be back and recognizing those that give so much to our sport. Now, while it may look a little different this year, and many of you may be happy about that, as far as I know, the fact that it's online and downsized a bit, it goes without saying that the same heartfelt appreciation is there for each and all of our winners. And now let's get started with the reason that we're here and recognize these incredible award winners for 2021. And we are going to start this year with the family of the year. Now, as we all know, tennis is a great family sport. And for the Buckingham family, it is a way of life. Mike and Donna met on the tennis courts more than 40 years ago. They continued to play tennis and introduced each of their three boys to the sport at an early age, as well as many other sports. Now, the boys were allowed to choose their own sport to pursue, and with the exception of the youngest, Dan, they did just that. But as life moved on, the family grew and the boys got older and eventually decided to come back to tennis and bring their wives along for the ride. The family was and are able to compete together as a team in multiple tennis fundraiser tournaments throughout the years. As their ratings range from 2.5 to 5.5, it was and is not uncommon to run into a Buckingham member in the local tournaments and or leagues. There are grandkids now, and they too have slowly been introduced to the sport where love first began. The friendships created amongst the tennis community in the Treasure Valley and across the Intermountain have blessed this tight-knit family over the years. They love their extended tennis family as well and are grateful to be a part of such a great group of people, the family of the year, the Mike and Donna Buckingham family. Congratulations. The Nikos Riddle Award is given annually to a junior tennis player within the Intermountain section who exemplifies the spirit of tennis through their activities on and off the court. This year's recipient is Cole Brashear of Las Vegas, Nevada. Cole is a young man who has faced tremendous adversity in his life and has allowed this adversity to help shape himself into an extraordinary example of excellence. Cole's excellence begins with his big heart. The kindness and empathy that was forged through his own personal struggles allows him to understand and relate to the pains of others around him. Cole uses this gift every day by being a mentor and captain in the Team Brian program and taking the younger generations underneath his wing by helping them better themselves. Cole's kindness has also come to light in the multiple National Sportsmanship Awards he has won. Another example of Cole's excellence is his desire to serve and give back to the community around him. Due to this desire, Cole has become a leader in the Marty Hennessy Inspiring Children Foundation and has spent countless hours helping those around him. Overall, Cole is an exemplary young man whose leadership and commitment to his own growth has been a huge light to those he interacts with. Congratulations, Cole Brashear, winner of the Nikos Riddle Award. The Barbara Clark Diversity and Inclusion Award is given every year to honor an individual in the Intermountain section who has made a significant contribution to diverse populations and communities in the Intermountain section through tennis. This year's recipient is Dolores Larson of Weiser, Idaho. Dolores and her staff at the Rose Advocates of Weiser, Idaho started a youth summer tennis program for kids in the Weiser-Payette, Idaho area. The Rose Advocates Group works to combat sexual and domestic violence of women and children in the Weiser area. Dolores and her staff, many of them high school kids and overwhelmingly minorities, were able to run multiple tennis sessions with 25 to 30 kids each in an area of Idaho that has not historically had tennis offerings. By offering this new program, they were able to increase community relationships and help those who may have been affected by abuse find a fun new outlet to participate and grow in. Dolores' hope is that over the years, she may expand their tennis efforts into other rural areas of Idaho and continue to provide offerings to those who may not have had exposure otherwise. Congratulations to Dolores Larson, winner of the 2021 Barbara Clark Diversity and Inclusion Award. And now on to the 2021 USTA Intermountain Hall of Fame inductees. USTA Intermountain Hall of Fame was established in 2010 to honor and encourage individuals in the Intermountain section who have brought recognition and esteem to themselves and the section by excellence in their activities. The Hall of Fame will include both tennis players and non-players whose achievements as sportsmen or sportswomen are worthy of the highest commendation and recognition, or whose contributions as officials or individuals in a tennis-related activity have been so outstanding over a significant period of time as to justify the highest commendation and recognition. Joni Birkeland from Colorado was born in 1928 and was with us until 2019. A Colorado native, Joan Birkeland grew up across the street from Denver's City Park, which is where her tennis career began. As a junior, she took lessons from Denver Country Club tennis professional and inaugural Colorado Tennis Hall of Famer Jack Sella. Joan was blessed with incredible athletic ability, excelling in tennis, golf, and basketball. Despite the lack of sporting opportunities available to women, she went beyond what was expected of girls in sports in her day. She took up golf after meeting her husband, Ormond, who she married while attending school at Colorado University. Her basketball career began during an era where there were very few women's teams. She played on an AAU basketball team called the Denver Viners. She captured 21 major Colorado and Intermountain tennis titles in all, 6 singles and 15 doubles crowns. She often partnered with other Colorado Tennis Hall of Famers, Phyllis Lockwood and Jack Sella, in doubles and mixed doubles. Through her own example and initiative, she provided countless opportunities for women of all ages to participate and benefit from sports. Congratulations to the first 2021 USTA Intermountain Tennis Hall of Famer, Joni Birkeland.
Hello, I'm Fritz Garger, Executive Director of USTA Colorado, and on behalf of our organization and tennis players in Colorado, we want to thank the Intermountain section for inducting Joni Birkeland into your Hall of Fame. She's a member of the Colorado Tennis Hall of Fame and the Colorado Sports Hall of Fame. Joni was an amazing athlete, twice winning the state golf and tennis championships in the same year. And as skilled and talented as she was as an athlete, another role she excelled at was being a pioneer for women in sport. She spearheaded the Sportswomen of Colorado, a foundation focused on recognizing and celebrating the achievements and accomplishments and contributions of women in all sports. The foundation has brought to the fore thousands of female athletes and their accomplishments and contributions. Joni was a remarkable person, athlete, and pioneer, and a wonderful and deserving addition to your Hall of Fame. Thank you for bestowing this honor on Joni Birkeland.
And our second 2021 Intermountain Tennis Hall of Famer is Marie Robertson from Wyoming. She was born in 1927 and was with us until 2020. Without Marie Robertson, there would have been no Wyoming Tennis Association, or WYOTA. Marie, Bob Rank of Jackson, and Dennis Rafferty of Cheyenne were the original organizers of the WYOTA. They wrote the original bylaws and set the standards by which WYOTA would operate. They were precise and deliberate with these proceedings. Marie was a very generous lady with her time and talents. She meticulously did all the rankings and ratings for WYOTA before many of the computer programs were simplified. She would spend hours working at this and reams of paper printouts and then ask the board to look at them and give suggestions. She led board meetings with a precisely prepared agenda, all having to do with promoting and growing tennis. She brought in a very competent ED, Sherry Carlisle. She had worked with Sherry on the Girl Scouts board and knew her to be a capable person to be included in WYOTA. She ran the Wyoming Open, which unfortunately is no more, for several years with help from volunteers such as Bill Hambrick, Bill Vance, John Logan, and many others who returned year after year to help. Those were the days when tournaments were all run without any computer programs. Everything was done by hand. Entries, money collections, t-shirt sizes, draws, scheduling, seating, large hand-printed draws, and contacting players with times and locations. There could be as many as 150 players registered to play. It was very time-consuming and not an easy task. Then, after the tournament, there were the draw sheets to be filled out in quadruplicate to send to the different entities connected to the tournament, such as USTA National, Intermountain, WYOTA, and the local club. Tournaments were a complicated, precise, and time-consuming event at that time. Marie was a very active participant in tournaments. She played a great game of singles and played well into her 60s. She also played doubles. She supported all the sanctioned tournaments in the state. She was a promoter of the Volvo tennis when it was started in Wyoming, not known as USTA Team Tennis. For several years, she was the district coordinator, all before computer programs. She was a team captain and took a team to nationals at the senior level. Marie was generous with her knowledge and always willing to share it. She was always willing to acknowledge a person's accomplishments and achievements. She had a way of getting someone to think things through logically or of finding a compromise. She had a way of cocking her head, looking at you and saying, "Let's think this through." She was a mentor, unknowingly by her example, her attitude, her wisdom, and calm demeanor. Marie was not only a tennis person, but she also served on the board of the Girl Scouts. She supported her husband, Rob, and his ballroom dance group, and she was a great cook. She shared her homes both in Casper and Jackson with her friends, teammates, and tournament participants. Many good times were had at the Robertson households. Overall, Marie loved tennis, and without her, Wyoming tennis would not be where it is today. Thank you, Marie Robertson. We will miss you, and congratulations in your worthy induction into the Intermountain Tennis Hall of Fame in 2021. Well, that's our show for this year, everybody. As your USPTA Intermountain president, I am incredibly honored and humbled to be a part of these proceedings. And I want to thank Adele Sobieski for doing such a great job, and for Rob Scott and his staff and all of you to include me. I want to thank the awards committee for this year. Your chair is Lori Kripe, Tom Vandehay, Kevin Falk, Steve Kinslow, Austin Stagey, Hassan Humayun is your board liaison. Adele Sobieski is your staff liaison. You all do such a great job. Your award winners this year were a tremendous and very esteemed group, as well as your Hall of Fame inductees. I look forward to seeing you again, hopefully live in 2022. In the meantime, happy holidays, everybody, and a happy new year to all of you. And I'll see you on the tennis courts.